Lauren, this was your first Bedlam experience. Can you just describe the intensity and emotion out there on the court?
I think there was a lot of energy just to even start the game. The crowd was amazing tonight, so we appreciate everybody that came out to see the game. And it was just a different experience. I think it was different than any game we've played this year. It's just because of the rivalry and what I've heard. It is what it seems like coming in, so it was exciting.
And then adding to that, how good does it feel to not only play well yourself, but your team get this win against a rival especially after that Texas game ended?
I think it's a good comeback. We get, I think, 6 days until our next game, so that's good to go into workouts with a win. And to beat OU in the Bedlam game, I think is huge because it could go in either way. Both teams are always show up to play. So it was exciting that our team got to take the W, and we played really well tonight with Ari out, and she was injured. So Maria stepped up big and helped us get the win.
Lauren, you had a little personal 5-0 run there at one point in the third quarter. They cut that big lead down to, I think, maybe 13 or 14. You hit an and one and then get a steal, go back and get a jumper along the baseline. Did you feel like that settled things a little bit? You guys kind of rode it out from there, but how important did you feel like that stretch was for you guys?
I think in the third quarter, that's whenever they started to make a little bit of a run. So I think the and one kind of shut them out because I know Pierre-Louis had, I think, 3 fouls at that point. So she had to play a little bit more passive. She had 4 fouls. And I think that was the game changer in how they were able to guard us and defend and how she was able to go to the offensive glass.
22-2 run in the second quarter. You guys really found a rhythm. What was working for you in the second quarter?
I think we defended really well. Kaylee, what do you think?
That, and I think we kind of found our offensive rhythm. We just we were really sharing the ball, working inside out. I think we just did play good team basketball, and that's how we pulled that out.
Did the crowd help at all? It seemed to get into it a little bit.
Oh, definitely. It was loud in there. It's always fun to play at home, and they helped big time.
Kaylee, when Lauren starts hitting some shots, I asked Coach Cole what was most difficult to guard about her, and she said she feels like her confidence kind of bleeds over to you guys. When she started hitting some shots, how'd that affect you guys?
That's completely true. When she steps up, hits big shots, and her energy, period, as our point guard, really does help us. It fires me up, and I try to help to get the rest of the team fired up, and it just kind of trickles down all the way, 1 through 15, and so it's really fun to play with Lauren.
Okay, was it as physical tonight as it looked like it was from the outside?
Yeah.
How rough a game was it?
It always gets pretty brutal down there. Both teams really want to win, and we've had really aggressive post players in the past, both teams, and so, when we're all aggressive and really want to win, so it gets pretty nasty down there, so.
The volume of minutes for you guys, you played 40, Lauren, I think 38 or something like that. Kaylee, what does that do for you guys to have played that many minutes? Anything? Did you know it was going to come down that way, that you play that many minutes?
I think with Ari out, that takes one more person away out of the lineup, but it just depends on how other people are playing. So we just always expect that to play 40 plus, we could go into overtime. And we expect for that, and we've worked for that in the offseason and are ready for that. But we hope that our bench can give us good minutes and come in and help give some players a rest.
What did Maria provide today?
That was huge. It was so fun to watch her come in and play. I love that girl to death. She's one of the hardest workers I've ever met in my life. And for her to come in and step up when we needed her and hit those, but like 3 threes in a row, oh my gosh, it was so fun to watch. And just her excitement really helped with the energy as well and get us going. So it was fun.
I think she really extends the defense because she can shoot so far back. And it opens up driving lanes and stuff like that. They can't really help off of Kaylee and the other posts. I think she was just really excited to play. She was my roommate this last time on the road, and we were talking about it, and I was just like, wait for your time. It's going to come at some point. It's going to come. And unfortunately, Ari was hurt, but she was able to come in and stepped up and really brought her confidence after, playing 10 minutes here and then coming out and playing 36 minutes. That's huge to be able to step up in a game like Bedlam. That's her first game to come in. I mean, just throw her into the fire. But she did really well with it, and she's a proven winner at her JUCO. She won a lot of games, so it showed tonight.
What was your expectations of Bedlam?
I didn't really know what to expect. For me, like a bedlam is us versus Texas because that's where I'm from. So I expected it to be something like that for probably everybody else who's been in the Big 12 Conference, and I think that's exactly what it was. It was exciting. I mean, we're really just beating the beep out of each other the entire game. I mean, that's basically what the entire game was. So.
Can I ask you, I don't know how to ask this, and I'm not trying to be like, ask something embarrassing, but your jump shot, every once in a while, you have a little knee bend. I don't know how to describe it. I'm pretty sure you know what it is, but
Yes, they talk about it all the time.
Where,
Yes. Yeah.
what precipitates that? Where does it come from? When does it happen? Like, do you have any insight on that?
Well, I think it gives me an extra inch. I'm usually the smallest one out there, but when I do it, I feel like it it just a little higher so that they can't block it. I swear that's what it is. So it works. Barely, like Maddie Manning was on me one time, and I was like, and then went in. So.
Have you always done that?
Yeah, I think so.
And it doesn't seem to change anything else about your form. Like, it doesn't throw anything off, right?
Nope, just get me a little higher.
Kaylee, for you going against Vivi, again, what's it like just battling against her down there?
It's always brutal down there. She's a great player, as you can see. She's aggressive and she wants to win too, and so it's fun to go down and just see who comes out the best at the end, and it's head to head every time.
Vivi said it feels kind of like she's playing against herself when you guys are going. Does it feel like that to you?
Yeah, kind of. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, we kind of both have kind of the same skill set, kind of same big-bodied people. Yeah, I would say that too. I would agree with that. Mm-hmm.
Kaylee, did you have any comment you wanted to make about the knee bend there on Lauren's shot? You were laughing.
I remember the first time we got in the gym together, just like on an off day, and we were shooting on the gun, and she did it, and I just kind of just stared, and I think it was my turn next to shoot, and I just like stared at her, and I was like, didn't even shoot the ball. I was like, I just burst out laughing. I didn't even ask her, but it's yeah.
Yeah, Maria kind of does it. Like I feel like Maria kind of does it sometimes now.
Like on her little jump
Yeah,
shot, she does.
Like I get her. It gives you an extra inch, and all of a sudden, like sometimes you'll see her gotta do it. So okay,
Catching.
It's gonna the whole team by the end of the season. We're all gonna have our little kickstart. You'll be watching.
Anything else? Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
my groceries.
Right.
Very nice win for our club. Excited to get a win in Bedlam. Two very good teams with three experienced players and then a couple nice young players on both teams. So heck of a ball game, great collegiate game, very good offensive game for fans to watch. They're very difficult to stop. They were very good. We knew that they wouldn't go away, but we made enough plays and made enough free throws down near the end. But they got a good ball club. I'm pleased with our club. Kaylee Jensen, when the game was on the line, we went inside to her and thought she did a good job of finishing. Lowe was really, really good tonight, and the story of the night might be Maria Castro, what she came in and did. So very proud of her, and a game of this magnitude to come in, hit your first shot, and one shot she hit was from Ripley. It was deep. It was deep. So she doesn't have a lot of conscience when it comes to that, and we had to have a little talk at the end of the ball game that same shot with the minute 30 isn't good, but hopefully she'll figure it out. But she stepped up and did a great job, and really proud of our team for having the competitive spirit that they did.
Had you been kind of waiting for Maria to kind of break out of her shell a little bit and give you one of those games?
When you get new players in, it takes the time for them to adjust, and it's taken Maria some time just for our terminology and understanding what we do, but she's such a great kid, and I just told our radio people that I've been in this a long time, and she may be the best teammate I've coached in 40 years. And that's as good a compliment as you can give somebody. She's a good ball player, but she's an even better person, and she's fun to be around every day, and our kids love her. So you enjoy teammates like that having success.
Jim, you've gotten used to these stat lines packed for Lauren this season. You talk about how well she played today. What did you like most, considering the way this game played out? What did you like most about what she gave you tonight?
She's just a grinder, and she's very, very competitive, and she loves playing in big games. And, you know, every game in this conference is a big game, but, you know, we came out of Tennessee, Mississippi State, UCLA, and she averaged over 30 in those 3 games. So she wants to play at a high level. She's very competitive. She lives in the gym. She thrives on taking big shots, and she was just low again today.
Was that one of the better Bedlam debuts you've seen out of a player since you've been here?
No question. I mean, she was really sharp on it. And, you know, there were plays that went too besides Loa. When they'd make a run, there were 2 different times that Braxton Miller broke into the soft spot of the defense, caught the ball, and hit 15-footers every time they were making a run and cut it down to 11, 12, 13, something like that. She would step up and hit a big shot. And I thought Braxton did a really nice job guarding Pellington. I think her length was a factor on that. So she had 14, but what she did for us on the defensive end was a bigger factor.
She doesn't play like a freshman, and on all the big stage games, she plays well and plays with confidence. What do you think that works for her? Why do you think that is?
She's just a real calm person. She doesn't get real excited when she has big games. She doesn't get real low when she struggles shooting the basketball. She's one that stays on an even keel, and I think that's very important. Plus, she's a proven winner. She won 3 state championships in high school, and she knows how to win, and she expects to win. So that's always a good trait out of a young player.
Miller and Lowe, nearly both of them played 40 minutes. Did you think that it would go that way, or is that just the way the game played out?
I thought it would go that way. You know, I knew that they would play major minutes. I didn't know that we would play them 40, but we needed them on the floor for matchups. There were some matchups that we didn't feel like that we could have either one of those off the floor.
Would it changed a little bit if Combs wasn't out, the matchups?
You know, definitely. I mean, Ari is our best defender, a great athlete, and somebody that we've counted on. So, you know, what a team is about is when somebody's out, somebody else steps up and becomes a factor, and that's what Maria Castro did today.
When did you tell Maria that she's going to be starting this game?
Oh, about 15 minutes before the game.
Didn't seem to bother her at all.
Nah, you know, and I say this lovingly, I'm not sure she understands the essence of Bedlam, and you know, you want your players to understand that, but you don't want them to be nervous either. And when we beat UCLA and they were number 7 in the country, people charged the floor, and she's looking at me, Coach, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? You know, because she won 2 national championships at Gulf Coast, and she expects to win. But really proud of her, and proud of her too. She had 4 B's and an A, and 2 years ago she didn't speak our language. So that's a hard-working kid that deserves everything she gets.
Talk about defensive adjustments you made in the second quarter especially. What was the key to that?
I really don't know, because it seemed like they were getting to the rim shooting layups on us all night long. And both teams scored 52 in the second half. I think we got a little more intense the second half, and we used some defense to create some offense, and we got on a nice little run. And if you look at the box, the difference in the ball game was in the second quarter. So it was a nice run. I think we ended the half on a 16-0 run. So we were better defensively in the second quarter, no question.
They seemed to kind of punch you in the mouth in the first quarter. How crucial was it to get back after them the second.
Well, I thought they hit big shot after big shot, and we have a term in our program, losing ball line, where we get off too far and help, and we did that to Anna, and she showed why she was, you know, one of the premier players in the state last year. Just stepped up and hit big shot after big shot. So we lost some positioning on the floor, but credit their kids. They stepped up. Every time we did it, we paid for it. And they've got a tremendous offensive team.
Coach, you got a week off before playing Kansas State on Saturday. Just another grinded out game up there in Manhattan. What are you going to try to do this week?
Well, we gave them the day off for one. You know, we had practiced every day since Christmas night. So we've gone pretty hard with them, and it's been a grind during this time. So they need some time away, one day away, and then we got to start preparing for K-State. They run a lot of different defenses. Their zone is a lot different than anybody else. Coach Mitty does a great job, and it's a tough place to play. So there's no breathers in the Big 12 for sure.
Have you done that in years past? Have that many practices to start conference play in a row?
No, we really hadn't. We tried to change it up and make sure that we were ready to go into every setting. And I thought we were ready to go into Texas as well, and played pretty well at Texas, and just didn't make some shots at the end of the game. But we wanted to work these kids hard, and they've responded and been very coachable.
Jimmy, play Oklahoma in less than 2 weeks. A plus or minus, or doesn't matter?
You know, Jay, my dad taught me to don't worry about things you can't control, and that's one thing I can't control on when we play somebody or whoever. I know they'll be loaded for bear up there, and they always play well at Lloyd Noble, and I know we got a big challenge ahead of us. I really like their team and how explosive they are offensively, and yeah, it seems like, I don't know why they've gone to that, but the last 3 or 4 years, there's 2 or 3 teams. We didn't play K-State very long ago either, and we're turning around, flipping, and playing them again. So it just makes where our teams are very familiar with each other, and they remember the scout when you have a turnaround that quick.
Do you expect your starters to have to keep playing so much moving forward? I know Ari was out, but...
You know, we want to develop and play our bench more than what we have. Sometimes the game, the matchups dictate what you do, and we need to play our bench more than what we have on that. But we just decided to go with the matchups that we had tonight. So, yeah, we need to develop and play our bench more than what we did.
Anything else?
Thank you all for being here.